Something truly inspiring is happening in Brazilian football right now, and it's all centered around one name, Vitor Roque. Once hailed as Brazil's tiger hero, Roque's journey has been anything but ordinary. From dazzling performances as a teenager to facing one of the toughest challenges of his career in Europe, his story is a roller coaster filled with hope, disappointment, and ultimately, redemption. Let's rewind for a moment. When Vitor Roque signed for Barcelona, fans believed they were witnessing the rise of Brazil's next great striker, the next superstar ready to light up European football. He was young, hungry, full of energy, and possessed that classic Brazilian flair. The expectation was sky high. Many thought he would become the long-term heir to the great Brazilian forwards who had worn the Barca shirt before him. Names like Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and Neymar. But sometimes dreams don't go as planned. Despite his massive potential, Roque's time at Barcelona quickly turned into a nightmare. Opportunities were scarce. Game time was almost non-existent. He found himself lost in the shuffle, overshadowed by senior players and tactical changes that didn't favor him. Week after week, he sat on the bench, watching his dream fade away. For a player with so much talent and drive, it was heartbreaking. Fans began to wonder, what happened to the wonder kid from Brazil? The media called it a lost chapter in Roque's young career. And even though his confidence took a hit, Roque made a brave decision, one that would completely change the trajectory of his career. He chose to go back home. Leaving the glamour and pressure of Europe behind, Roque returned to Brazil and joined Palmeiras. For many players, that might have felt like a step backward. But for Roque, it was a comeback story in the making. He knew that to rise again, he had to rebuild himself, mentally, physically, and emotionally. At first, things weren't easy. Adjusting back to Brazilian football after the European experience took time. Roque had to rediscover his rhythm, his confidence, and his identity as a striker. But once he found his footing, he started doing what he does best, scoring goals, creating chances, and leading from the front. And now, Vitor Roque is unstoppable. In his last 14 matches, Roque has scored 12 goals and provided 4 assists. An incredible run of form that has reignited the excitement of Brazilian fans everywhere. Week after week, he's proving why he was once considered one of the brightest young prospects in world football. His finishing has become sharper, his movements more intelligent, and his confidence sky high. Commentators in Brazil have started calling him the comeback king. His passion, his relentless work rate, and his ability to deliver under pressure have made him one of the best number 9s in the Brazilian league right now. Every time he steps onto the pitch, there's an electricity in the air. Fans know that something special could happen, and more often than not, it does. But that's not the end of this story, because now, the talk in Brazil isn't just about his performances in the league. It's about something bigger, something every player dreams of. A call up to the Brazilian national team. Yes, despite all his brilliance, Vitor Roque has never yet made his senior debut for Brazil. Surprising, right? But that might be about to change. With Carlo Ancelotti watching closely, and with Roque delivering match-winning performances week after week, it feels like just a matter of time before his name appears on that coveted national team list. Imagine it. The roar of the crowd, the iconic yellow jersey, and a new chapter for Brazil's next great striker. The fans believe it's coming soon. In fact, Brazilian supporters are already flooding social media with one demand. Call up Vitor Roque. And honestly, who can argue? When you look at his numbers, his energy, and his determination, he's already showing all the qualities of a player ready for international football. He's young, fearless, and hungry. Exactly the kind of fire Brazil needs in its next generation of stars. From being ignored in Barcelona to becoming the star of Palmeiras, Vitor Roque's story is proof that sometimes failure isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something far greater. Because true champions aren't defined by how they fall, but by how they rise again. So, here's the big question for you. With the incredible form Vitor Roque is showing right now, should Carlo Ancelotti finally give him his long-awaited Brazil debut? Do you think Roque has what it takes to shine for the Seleção on the international stage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you believe Vitor Roque deserves that yellow jersey, drop a yellow heart in the chat. Because one thing's for sure, Brazil's Tiger hero is roaring again.